So if you can get a good look at this, I'm not sure if you can. I'm trying to expand it as much as possible. I'll do a community post as well. I can also zoom in. I can edit this, make it a little clear, get a little better picture. It is a black device on a dark gray background, so it kind of is hard to tell. Let me see if I could zoom in. Man, I'm having issues today. I'm streaming on the Chromebook again, so I don't know. Never had this issue when I was on my Windows. There we go. Is that any better, or does it make it more blurry? So it essentially looks like the S24 Plus, just with a little more less, except with less rounded corners than the S24 Plus. So it has like right angles. It has rounded right angles, if that makes sense. So it's not a traditional right angle. It is in the position of a right angle, but right where those 2 points meet, with that 90-degree angle, it's just curved ever so slightly. So similar to the S24, it's going to be thinner and lighter than we initially anticipated. Remember, it's going to be taller than the S24 Ultra. It's going to be slimmer than the S24 Ultra, and it's going to be less wide than the S24 Ultra, and it's also going to be lighter. So it should remind you, it has close dimensions to the Note 20 Ultra, one of my favorite devices. So if anybody remembers that the Note 20 Ultra, classic device. It's going to carry those similar dimensions. So people were raving about that Note 20 Ultra. It was the last Note series they made, and it looks like next year, not this upcoming year, remember it's going to be S25 Ultra. It looks like the following year they are debating whether or not to change the name back to Note, right? I'm in favor of it, but not sure where you all sit on there. Now, believe that's only photo we got, but as time goes on, we're going to get a lot more leaks. Now, remember, don't get it twisted. Samsung put this out on purpose, right? We saw this with the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6, right? We saw competitors leak their own stuff. We saw when the Google Pixel launched, we saw Samsung put out some information, some leaks. When the iPhone is launching now, companies put out leaks saying, "Don't forget, we're gonna sell this." Put that little carrot in front of your face, enticing you, telling you they want you to second guess your purchase, right? With Apple saying, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on the iPhone and get this S25 Ultra. That's what they want you to think, and they do a pretty good job at it as well. But they're just throwing a little tease out there, right? Is this the only shot we get? So here finally comes our very first and very early look at the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra 360-degree video. Wow, let's go look at it. Stunning 5K renders and dimensions on behalf of Android Headlines. Let's check it out, shall we? Better not make me sign in. God damn it. Whoa. That's pretty dope. Let's see, where's this video at? Y'all see it now? Where is this video? That's the article. So give me this render. Oh, we got it. Yes. Y'all ready? Check it out. Boom. Let me take God, Android Central, Android headlines has so many freaking ads. Gotta get all this crap off the screen. All right, let's go ahead and play it. Dang, that looks pretty dope. I mean, it's pretty simple. It is what it is. It's a S25 Ultra. Flat sides. Flat, even more so flat sides than the S24 Ultra. Because if you remember, the S24 Ultra had a very slight curvature on both sides, on the top of the glass where your display is, and on the very bottom where your back glass is, where it meets those side rails on the S24 Ultra. The side rails on the S24 Ultra, the border, the mid-frame, the sides, the border, is not entirely 100% flat. There is a slight curvature. Very low curvature, but there is a curvature. This appears to be 100% flat. 90 degree angles from display to side to back, and from the back or bottom to the side to the top, right? So where those three planes meet, very sharp angles. So I like it. It's more a square design. Remember, it's going to be thinner, it's going to be slimmer, and it's going to be taller. So I know I bang on Apple, and Samsung deserves, although Samsung's looks a little more different than Apple's does. New generation iPhone. But I get sticking with a design because it looks so good. Like, there's a bunch of people internally for Samsung that I'm sure love this design. And I'm sure a lot of fans like it. But at what point can you put something out over and over and over, year after year after year, and still think as a company that your consumer is going to go out and buy this product just because it's new, when it basically looks the same and eventually will do the same after a few updates if you're Android? So you do have to change something up. Apple has gotten so stagnant for almost 7 years. Samsung now finally has a good design language, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see where they change it, because I was under the assumption this was going to get changed. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be a drastic change, but it looks like some of my thoughts were incorrect, because this looks pretty damn similar to the last generation. Now, the real change might not come until next year with the S26 series. And that's because, look, they might do an overhaul, right? They're going to change the name. They're going to go from the S26 Ultra to the Note 26, right? And then they're going to do an S26 Plus. They're going to rename that to the S26 Pro, right? And they're going to just keep the base model S26. So you might see more of a design change there than right now, but as we speak, as we sit right now, I like that. So of course we'll be getting one, but I like it. It should be easier to use. It's one of my gripes, and probably the only gripe with the S24 Ultra. It's so freaking big, it's hard to use with one hand. Other than that, it's a great device. It's just hard to use. That's why I've been using the S24 Plus this last week. I freaking love it. It's easy to use, and it's got all the features the S24 Ultra has, just minus an S Pen. So really, really enjoy it. But there is your first look at the S25 Ultra, and this will be it. This is it. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're getting. This came from the same source where we got all of the very accurate S24 series leaks. Now, I wonder, are they going to do it even earlier this year? Is Samsung going to release this even earlier than they did last year. Remember, they bumped up now. It's like 2 or 3 weeks, but they still bumped it up to a mid-January announcement. Now, Qualcomm is actually going to launch and announce their Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 early, their new CPU, the flagship CPU this year. Traditionally, they've launched it in mid-December. This year, they're doing it in October. That's correct, next month. So, OnePlus has already bumped up their launch for the OnePlus 13. I don't think if Samsung does, you're not going to see a drastic bump in the launch, right? What might be smart is do it before Christmas, right? And you get a bunch of Christmas presents under the trees. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I would like to say so. I would like to see it, right? The faster we get them, the better. Just don't screw it up like Google did, only having 2 out of your 4 devices ready to be shipped at launch, right? Some people are still haven't had their Pixel 9 Pro shipped to them, and it's been released for a month. So they royally screwed that one up. Google did. But here's your last final little clips of the S25 Ultra. Looks pretty cool. So thank you to OnLeaks. This comes courtesy of OnLeaks on Twitter. I'll link his Twitter handle and his Twitter link in the description box below. Thank you to Android Headlines. It looks like OnLeaks and Android Headlines both collaborated on this sneak peek of the new S25 Ultra. So I want to thank OnLeaks and Android Headlines. I like that. It looks cool. So, we shall see. €600. So what is €600? I don't know. I think that's overdoing it. If I were you, here's my suggestion. If I were you, and if this entails some people that are considering getting the S24 FE, here's what I would do. And you could probably get a comparable device for the same or under. I would rather get a used in a good condition, used S24 Plus, rather than get a brand new S24 FE or FE Plus or whatever they want to call it. You can find a used S24 Plus for $500, something like that, $550. Well, this is going to be $500-$600 brand new. So overall, the S24 Plus may win the phone of the year. I'm not going to lie. Here we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and S10 Ultra. Not really any changes going on there. It's hard to tell. So if you're interested, go to eSIMstudios.app, and I got all these pictures here for you so you can see a little better. These dimensions are exactly the same. So that means the thickness, it's a little thinner. That's good. That means your case will fit a little better. So that means you can use the case from the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. That will work on the S8 Plus. That'll work on the S9 Plus. That'll work on the S10 Plus. Or if you're getting a Tab S10 Ultra from Samsung, go get you a Tab S9 Ultra case, Tab S8 Ultra case. They are all identical. So that's one of the remaining few devices that have not changed, that your cases can carry over. But let me get up on out of here. Do appreciate the time. Thank you very much. I'll have a more polished production for you tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please be safe. I'm out.